This is our combat sports training program. This program is designed to improve flexibility, endurance, and resiliency in the upper back and neck. A lot of combat sports will use the head as a lever, right? We have to resist chokes in this hobby and sport, profession in some cases. And what we're trying to do here is build a bit of a safety net for our joints from the neck up. We're looking to do 3 sets of 20 seconds per exercise in each direction, building up to 45 seconds. We'll look to do this program 2 to 3 times a week. The first exercise in phase 1 of our combat sports training program is going to be retraction with a 360 spin. So Bart's going to tuck his chin, he's going to make the back of his neck very long, and he's going to keep the shoulders down and back, so very long on top. And then we're just going to take a 360 spin of the room. A narrow base will make this very difficult, and a wider base will make it slightly easier. We'll go clockwise and counterclockwise, and the idea here is to keep the iron neck in line with the anchor point and the band taut. So we're going to go 20 seconds per exercise. So what we would do is we'd look to do about 20 seconds in clockwise, 20 seconds counterclockwise. The second exercise of our combat sports training program in phase 1 is going to be a lock neck body turn. So we've lowered the anchor point down to accommodate for our knee bend here. We're going to have the hands together as a reference point. We want them to travel at the same speed and rate as the head. So as Bart turns here, we're going to drive this knee in, activating this hip, and we're turning almost into a lunge stance here. We'll do this in all 4 cardinal directions, and we'll look to do 20 seconds here before we move on to the next direction. If the anchor point is north, we're going to now turn east, put the anchor point on our left, and again, head goes with the hands at the same speed there. Again, about 20 seconds into this one, right? We'll turn south relative to the anchor point. We're looking just to get down in there. We can challenge ourselves by bringing the anchor point down, getting deeper and deeper into this lunge stance, asking quite a bit of our hip mobility and leg endurance. If we're suffering injuries or we have other things going on where that's a little too challenging, we bring the anchor point up. We don't turn quite as much or quite aggressively through the hips and ankles. Again, about 20 seconds per direction. The second exercise in phase 1 of our combat sports training program is going to be a protraction with a chin drag. We're going to start by looking away from the anchor point, and we're going to step out just a bit so we can sort of feel this tension. The idea here is that we're going to protract out, and then we're going to tuck the chin and use the intrinsic stabilizers of the neck, the things in between the shoulder blades that connect there, to sort of eccentrically slow ourselves down. If we're trying to resist a choke, or we're getting punched in the face, this is be a similar feeling here. And we're just scooping it back. So pushing it straight out and then dragging it all back with that posterior chain. So again, we're looking to do about 20 seconds in this direction. Then we'll turn this around. Now we're letting the band take us forward eccentrically, and then we're going to work hard to pull the chin straight back. And you can see here as he stretches, this in between the shoulder blades, this lower back, and even the hips now are involved in pulling the head all the way back into this final position. Exercise 4 in phase 1 of our combat sports training program is going to be a diagonal. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk away from the anchor point. So for our diagonals, we're going to set up by tilting to one side. We're then going to look down, so almost into the shirt pocket or beyond onto the floor. And then from here, we're going to draw a 45-degree line, so up towards the ceiling off of the floor. What we want to do here is you can see Bart has the high angle of the 45-degree, right? But the head isn't in or out, like we're staying retracted. And he's going to draw the line down and then straight up there. So if it helps you, we can pick something out on the floor over here and something up on the ceiling. I'd watch out for bright lights or reflective surfaces, but other than that, this is a good reference point to have something sort of off maybe 2 or 3 feet away from you there and then up towards the ceiling. To switch it to the other side, we'll tilt. We'll look down, and then we draw that line straight up. And we can see this angle of the hat stays here. While the head is moving multi-dimensionally, it's not going in and out, and the head's not going up and down. We're staying on the same plane of motion here on a 45-degree line. There's quite a bit of stuff in our neck that runs asymmetric, not vertically or horizontally, but diagonally, and that creates flexion, rotation, and extension for our neck. So we want to attack from all angles. To set up for our diagonal going this way, we're going to tilt to one side. We're going to look down towards the floor, and then we're going to draw that line 45 degrees up towards the ceiling. To switch this, we come to center, we tilt to the other side, we look down towards the floor, and then we're drawing a 45-degree line up to the ceiling. Down, and then back up. The fifth exercise in phase 1 of our combat sports training program is going to be a look left and look right in a deep squat. So Bart's going to stand, he's going to get comfortable in this deep squat. He's going to hang out there for just a second, and he's going to go left and right. So again, we're looking to do 20 seconds in all 4 cardinal directions relative to the anchor point. We'll have Bart switch here, and we're going to challenge now that pelvic stability and its relationship with our posture. Looking at the anchor point, we get this reactive neuromuscular or RNT effect, where our posterior chain is intrinsically stabilizing and on because of the band resistance. The other 3 directions, however, are going to be quite difficult and a very big challenge here. To stay deep in his squat and then separate the head from the rest of the body in a multi-plane, multi-dimensional exercise. This last version, that's a great squat. Then we're looking to get left and right. Again, 20 seconds in each direction. That's phase 1 of our combat sports training program. We're looking to do 20 seconds per exercise and in each direction. We'll add 10 seconds to each exercise and in each direction, up to 3 times a week. So I'd start with 1 day a week and slowly build into 3 times a week. If I can do 40 seconds of each exercise in each direction 3 times a week, I should feel very comfortable going into phase 2.